Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cologne podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Ryan.
We're two best friends. We're going on a fragrance journey. We're smelling flankers from Nishane and giving you uneducated opinions.
We're smelling one of Mike's favorites and also mine as well, but he's the one that's bought it, and I just like smelling it on him.
I'm on my third bottle of Wulong Cha.
Fuck.
Now, granted, the first two are 50s and this time's a hundo.
Damn. I mean, I'm actually shocked you went through 250s.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because you don't really spray heavy.
No, but I was wearing it almost every single day.
Really?
And in Texas, every day is like the summer.
Yeah, which is perfect for it.
Perfect fragrance for that. So yeah, I just wore the hell out of it.
Well, they made a flanker, guys, and it's called Wulong Cha Professor X.
Oh, God.
Actually, it's just called X.
Well, we'll see how it works on this bald professor over here.
Yeah, that was it. That's what was making me think of that. Marvel Rivals been playing that, yeah.
Yeah, you are obsessed with that game.
I've been trying to convince you to come to the dark side and play it with me and Snazzy.
You, Snazzy, and does Mark O'Quee play with you guys?
He doesn't, but I see you're trying to transition quickly to not have to talk video games. So go ahead. And by the way, I apologize for my voice. I'm not really sick. I'm just kind of congested. Okay, scoot over. Yeah, get away from me.
I can hear it. He has the Black Death. All right. Mark O'Quee on Fragrantica has to say, definitely cleaning product vibe or bathroom air freshener. Obviously better quality smelling than that. Chilled vibe, all the same. Happy enough with life.
Okay. Maybe is he meaning like he just can't be let down by this because he's just too high on life?
Yeah, maybe so. Or maybe he's like, I'm happy enough that I don't need this in my life.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Mark O'Quee.
Well, before we get into today's episode, we got to go into our one night stand and talk about how that went. With a fragrance sent to us by a listener, David. He sent it for us to give away to one of our Patreons, and we do in the episode.
I'm going to tell Mom.
That's right. That's why you should join our Patreon. We do stuff like that. Anyway, Mephisto by Xerjoff.
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
You just sounded like, what's his name? Hoggle from The Labyrinth. Remember the little troll guy that helped Sarah?
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember, do you?
I mean, there are a couple things that I remember about The Labyrinth.
Jennifer Connelly.
That and those tight-ass gray sweatpants that Bowie was walking around in the whole time.
My entire life, everybody's talked about that.
He might have started it all, man. Gray sweatpants season started with the Bowie.
Love that song. Dance, Magic Dance.
Oh, yeah. The voodoo, the Judo.
Hoodoo. Power of the Babe.
The Power of the Babe.
Great movie. Shit scent. I did not like Mephisto. Guys, if you listen to that episode, I was complaining of a headache, literally rubbing my temples, and Mike can tell you.
I can.
When I got done with that episode, the headache was like Mike played a prank on me and, that went too far. He swung a fucking axe through the middle of my fucking scalp and thought it was hilarious. The pain, it was unbearable.
You just got racked upside the head with a Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of freaking haymakers.
The scent didn't smell bad, by the way, but there's something in there. I haven't figured it out yet. There's a couple other fragrances I mentioned, that have done that to me as well. But for me, nothing personal, just cannot deal with the headache like that. It is getting skipped, buddy.
Oh, it's the exact opposite for me. I loved it. I continued to love it. The dry down was nice. It got a little more floral on the dry down, which was a pleasant surprise.
Interesting.
So, just nice, clean. I didn't feel like it was too crazy loud either, but you were like acting like it was igniting synapses in your brain, and
it was doing something, dude. But so it's more of a sample, or you can see yourself buying something like that.
Yeah, I'd like to continue to sample it. I don't know right off the bat if I buy it or if I'm waiting to buy Wulong Cha X.
Well, let's just get into the episode because I fucking hate it, Mephisto.
And I liked it. So guys out there, be sure to give it a sample because who knows? You could be Team Mike or Team Crying.
You think that's why that guy made his name Crying Ryan in the Patreon?
I think so, because you're always whining about
fucking whining about shit.
Yeah, you're just like, it gave me a headache. Oh, the price is too bad. Or, hey, what's the deal with all these fragrance influencers? They're starting their own brands.
Crying Ryan, if you're listening to this, I need you to comment on this episode and let me know. Is that why you made your name?
It had to be. That has to be the case because you are pretty whiny.
God, I'm going to make a fucking alt Mike hate account or something. Okay, let's get into today's episode. I actually am psyched on this.
Spray it up, y'all.
I'm going to let you go first because this has been your bread and butter for the longest time.
Don't mind if I do.
Quickly, though, before you... let me stop you.
Okay.
I got it. He was right there about to hit the button.
Oh, my God.
2 things.
Yes.
It says from Nishane that they got rid of the sharp edges of Wulong Cha.
Okay.
Kind of knowing that and knowing what the original Wulong Cha smells like, what do you think you're expecting with this?
I think it's going to be lighter then.
Yeah.
I mean, we both agreed that fragrance is loud.
Nuclear.
For a citrus fragrance that has one of the longest staying powers of any citruses that I've smelled. So I wonder if it might be a tad bit sweeter or a tad bit lighter, something that does take the bite out of that citrus.
Well, as much as you love the original, is it that or is there something else? If you could pick it apart, you'd want them to improve on?
I would be afraid that if they dialed back the citrus, that it would become too feminine for me.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's find out.
What do you think?
I'm thinking it's going to be probably no citrus and very soft and sweet, which I probably won't like.
Or more floral.
Could be, yes.
Let's check it out.
Is that a good or a bad
Initially in the air, I was like, I'm smelling Wulong Cha.
I do smell that off the rip.
But as soon as I put it up to my face, definitely more floral.
Really? Okay. Tester strip or hand or both?
You just hit it up, whichever one strikes your fancy.
It does kind of suck that I'm not fully my nasal passage isn't open, but I can smell it.
Citrus is definitely dialed back.
Very, but it's not gone, which is good. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pleasant. It is reminiscent of Wulong Cha.
Yeah.
But it's missing some things that made me love it.
It's like what you love about Wulong Cha, but then they like graduated high school, went to college, and they came back, you know, and they're a little bit not as acting a class clown and being loud and shit like that, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's more, they're a little bit more sophisticated now.
Oh, it went a whole different way than that.
Really?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was kind of like, you know, that girl in school that was always kind of cute, but kind of tomboyish.
Okay.
And then again, she does go off to college. And when she comes back, she's like prim and proper and full-blown woman.
So, but I mean, you think this is like, it's elevated. It's like mature to something a little bit more, it's grown up and it's a little bit more professional.
It's more elegant. It's more feminine.
Gotcha. Definitely more feminine.
For sure.
So is that a letdown then?
It's a letdown in that it could have been something that I liked better.
Yeah.
You know, the flanker could be better. Kind of like Luna Rosa Carbon. Luna Rosa is good.
Yeah.
Luna Rosa Carbon is better.
God damn it is.
This, not so much. For me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a great fragrance. I mean, honestly, thinking about this. So a friend of mine named Audrey, you know, she was the gal I was talking about that was really looking for like a hotel made these wall plug-ins and she loved it. She was like, it's a tea scent.
Yeah.
I would love to have a fragrance that smelled like this. And I smelled it and I was like, oh, that reminds me a lot of Wulong Cha. So I gave her like the last little bit of my previous 50 mil and she loved it. So it's like for me, I'm thinking about like her and smelling this fragrance and I'm like, this might be even better for her.
Yeah.
But not for me, you know.
It kind of has, I can't trust myself 100% today. But there's something a little bubbly to this, but not in what you're thinking. It's like Wulong Cha, that tea part, okay? But then on the outer edge of that, it's like if you dipped a bubble wand in some soap. You know what I mean?
It's giving you another 13 vibes.
Is that what that one does too?
God, for me, another 13 smells like bubbles. Yeah.
Like you're going to blow, you know, you're dipping the tray.
You open up, you get the big old container, right?
Yeah.
And then it's got the wand, but the wand's drowning and you've got to save it, you know? Everybody who has kids knows about this. And you get the bubble solution all over your hands. And then to me, that's what another 13 smells like.
Interesting. Yeah, I kind of get Wulong Cha with that. You just open up a thing of bubbles.
I get like if somebody wore a very flowery, powdery fragrance and then I was next to him and I put Wulong Cha on and maybe just the tiniest little mist kind of just.
Wow. He put his hands all fucking over me.
That was a mistake because you're sick.
Next episode, hey guys.
Yeah, now I'm going to be putting my hand up to my face all this time. You're patient zero, aren't you?
Well, let me get into the price and popularity.
Good idea. What is that, Ryan?
I was searching my pockets for my phone like I was searching for my wallet whenever Mike's ready to buy something.
All right.
I'm like, what? You got lunch today, right, bro?
Too many times.
It's happened, but honestly, it's on accident. But so many times it does make you wonder.
Yeah.
Even me.
Yeah. Especially when you're like, when we sit down, you go, I'm going to have the filet. And you guys want an appetizer?
We're getting dessert on here too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And after you scrape the crumbs of your cheesecake off the plate, you go, oh, man, wouldn't you know it?
I'll PayPal it to you.
Yeah. Never does.
If you want 100 ml of this, Nishane Is website lists it for $385.
Jesus.
Kind of pricey.
$400 for 100 mil for less of a fragrance.
Yeah. Kind of, you know.
Inflation, Nishane. What the hell?
You can, though, get it on places like Fragrance Net. We're not sponsored. We're just like you guys. We try to find the gray market here. $192 for 100 ml.
That's way better.
You think that's better? Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll find out later if it's really worth that price, but...
To the right person, it could be.
It could be. It does smell good. I have to clarify that it does smell good. It's not a bad smell.
Hyper feminine right now on my skin. So floral. Very like...
I agree.
Powdery white flowers just dancing in the spring breeze.
I agree. 4.33 out of 5.
Not shutting down the internet, but enough people are liking it.
By the way, I said this before the episode. We actually had a friend, I think he goes by Brady Frags on Instagram. I think he has a fragrance thing he's doing. Go check him out. But he sent us a voice thing asking us about something about season 4.
Yeah.
Me and Mike are doing some digging. I'm like, does it seem like we released this episode in May of 2023?
Closing in on 2 years.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is because this was released in 2023, and I thought this was released this last year in 2024.
Oh, no. I remember first Essence, they were releasing them.
God damn. By the way, this was sent to us by Cynthia. She's also a patron. Thank you, Miss Cynthia, for sending this.
Yeah.
Sent us a bunch of different ones from Scent Split.
Great taste in fragrances, great taste in music.
Absolutely. You know, to touch back really quickly, you said something a second ago about like if some lady was standing next to you wearing something a little bit more floral,
right?
And then you're like a little bit got on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of what they said. You know, I kind of mentioned this earlier. They said they designed this to mute the sharp edges of the original formula and enhance it with the addition of florals, namely magnolia. Do you know what a magnolia flower?
Magnolia tree?
I guess. Yeah. Do you know what that smells like?
Yes.
Is this similar, I guess? I don't know, because I don't know what that smells like.
I don't know. I mean, I know the magnolia tree they're big trees that have waxy green leaves, and then they have the big white flowers that bloom.
Yeah. And it's a pretty big size tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can't recall. One of my family members had a big tree like that in their yard. I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the smell. I didn't really love that person, so I don't have like, I'm not like, my mind isn't, trying to create fond memories of their Magnolia trip.
You're like, I fucking hated their guts.
I didn't hate their guts. They were just kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, it was just
well, they throw like clown parties or something?
Yeah, kind of. With drugs.
Sorry. Thinking drinking my coffee. Didn't expecting that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, she liked pills, guys. Don't get into that. Too many weird childhood memories.
Okay. Any other trauma you want to dump on us today?
There was a guy who used to keep her yard.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I won't go into the
I
story.
thought you were about to really air this shit out. Is this true what you were about to say?
I was about to say some things. Yeah.
Well,
It's for a different podcast. It's for like a mental health podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, should we start selfish health back again?
It's just like a therapy session for me. He had sex with my mama.
Believe it or not, he's not quoting.
I am quoting. You know what, Todd? Get rid of all that shit.
Keep it all in, Todd. Or Snazzy, whoever, edits this.
Come on, you guys got to know old Green Eyes.
I'll go over the notes really quick. I don't feel like I get a lot of this, but bergamot, yuzu, maybe that's what we're kind of smelling. How do you even pronounce that shit? What the fuck is that? Your facial expression said it all. Go look it up on Fragrantica. It starts with an L and looks like, I don't know.
Like Litzia Kububa or some shit.
We got mandarin orange. Middle notes, green tea. I could kind of get that. Magnolia, don't know. Thyme. Base notes, musk, fig. A lot of fig notes and some stuff we've been smelling recently. What the fuck's up with that?
Dude, we've been freaking out on some fig.
It's kind of weird. Huh. Well, you've kind of already halfway alluded to it, but who would wear this fragrance? It's not a bad fragrance. It smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good. It smells very, very feminine. It smells a little on the mature side. I'm thinking 35 and up.
Okay.
Maybe even older. It is beautiful.
It is very pretty. I will admit that.
But it lacks a lot of what makes Wulong Cha what I really like and what I think adds masculinity to it is a very sharp citrus. Mm-hmm. This doesn't really have that. I mean, it has the tiniest little taste up front, but so I think, a beautiful, mature lady.
I've got nothing because that's about right down the road what this is.
Yeah.
Could not be any closer.
There's something on it that, and maybe that's the magnolia, there's something on it that I just don't like. Something's happening. It's subtle, but it's there.
I don't know yet. Maybe my sinuses are actually helping me out with this episode. Maybe I'd be getting a raging headache if I was on another day.
Yeah. It smells beautiful on the car, but I just keep smelling my skin and I don't like what it's doing. It's not quite aquatic, but it's kind of doing a little bit of that weird metallic-y
wet dog for you.
It's not so much wet dog as it is just like it smells like I'm sucking on a quarter or something. Just deep down at the base. Just a subtle little of it.
It smells like you're sucking on a quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put that in my Rolodex of random things that have been said on this fucking podcast. But I guess some weird, morbid way it makes sense what you're telling me.
I mean, you've never seen like, I saw a meme the other day. It said something like nipple piercings taste like car keys.
Oh, God, that would be weird. Mm-hmm. I remember because you were showing me, and there was a lot of people that concurred that.
Yeah, I hate them.
I'm not like for or against them, but I've never interacted with it in that way. So I don't know. That would not be good to me.
It would not be as fun. Yeah. So I'm smelling a little bit of nipple piercing on this fragrance. Wow. This is an episode.
This one's wild. Trauma, figs, nipple piercings. Okay. It's too bad we didn't do a video of this. We could have like showed some B-roll of nipple piercings or something.
Yeah. Yep. Could have. What a shame. A lot of 80s rockers would have appeared on that.
God, I have to say, like women, I feel like can get away with it more, and it's still not like something I'm like whatever honked up on.
Yeah,
but it's like it's always weird when to me that men do it. you know, because it looks.
I told you I got a friend who pierced his ding-a-ling. So,
oh God, hell no,
he was about it,
dude. You know my luck, dude. If they like pierce something, either it never works or it's always fucking on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking the gamble.
They'd accidentally hit the wiring. Yeah, I get you.
Have to like beat on it weird or something to like get things to work.
Literally beating on it weird. Okay.
Well, I got, you know why I'm thinking about that. We have a pool hall here. Mm-hmm. It's free for us to access.
Oh, now I get where you're talking about.
I gotta have the something. Yeah, I gotta have the small rant. He's with me on this. It's just a little pool hall. It's like very personal. There's 2 tables. There's a 9-foot and like a 7-foot.
Yeah.
And they were working lights above both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of live in an area where some older people.
We have like an HOA.
Yeah. And we come in one day and they installed this new light system over the 9-foot table. That's the one me and Mike like to play on.
Right. And if you play pool and you go to a really nice pool hall.
Yeah.
They'll have a semi-sophisticated light above that will evenly light the table for you.
The game feels completely different when it's well lit.
Right.
And so we went from a dim light to this really beautiful bright light that covered everything.
Yeah.
And that part didn't change, by the way. But we come in one day and Mike's like, dude, look at this fucking dumb shit. And they've got it on a relay button timer system.
Yeah.
So like it'll only be on for 2 hours and it'll go off and you got to hit this button above this fucking light every 2 hours.
So the subtext of this is they're like, we can't trust these adults to turn the lights off.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it on a timer so no matter what, it will turn off.
Which they would come behind us every time we left, where we never left the lights on. But even if we did, there was somebody there to turn it off.
Right.
That was kind of foolproof.
Yes.
And then that thing got shoddy.
Right. Yeah. Because it was done in somebody's garage.
Yeah.
You know, some dude moonlighting as an electrician or something. And so the wiring got weird and sometimes it would work and sometimes it didn't work. And then, you know, we finally talked to the administration building. We're like, hey, this light is fucking off on us.
Mike was literally taking it apart and he's like, look at this fucking relay in here.
Yeah.
Like the light comes on everywhere. You know?
Look, I'm not a genius, but I've done a bit of wiring. So I can tell if a connection is knocked loose.
A shade tree electrician put it together.
Well, I've built quite a few electric guitars. So
yeah. And
we did something kind of wild with a built-in effect at one time, all analog. So yeah, like I've messed around with it and touching with capacitors and potentiometers and stuff like that. So I know a little bit, you know, and I opened that thing up and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Looked like a crime scene?
Dude, it just looked like a bowl of spaghetti in there. I'm like, I can't tell. I mean, it's like it's just weird.
He's like unplugging stuff. Lights are going out in China and shit.
Yeah, dude. So I was just like, I'm not touching this. Let's just screw this back on. And
the best part about it is it's all hooked up to the switch on the wall.
So as you walk out, if you flip the off switch, like your light switch, if you flip it to off, it cuts everything off anyways.
Which, by the way, you have to hit this light switch to turn the other lights on so you can see where you're at in the building.
It all doesn't make sense. It's the reason why we got upset is because we're adults.
Yeah.
We enjoy having this amenity.
We take care of it.
Very
proud to take care of it.
So why?
And it also goes back to, I think I said it probably 10 plus episodes ago, but look, just because you have seniority in life that you lived and didn't get hit by a car jaywalking the street doesn't mean you're smart. Okay.
Yeah. There's dumb people of all ages.
Exactly.
When it comes down to it, they may or may not be wearing Wulong Cha X.
Are you going to skip it?
Sample it?
Or buy it?
What are you going to do, Ryan?
This is a skip, but I feel like we've been doing this a lot lately. It's a skip, but not because it smells bad. It's a skip because it smells good, but it's
not for you.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's very leaning feminine.
Yes, I agree. I'm with you on this.
Yeah.
It smells really nice for someone who wants a mature feminine fragrance.
Yeah.
Not for me whatsoever. And I mean it could not be polar opposite.
Absolutely.
Even though they really are in the same vein, I could see why this is the flanker of Wulong Cha. I get it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just so far removed from what I love about the original that it's a no for me, but it is something you should sample if this sounds like a fragrance you're into, because it smells like a good fragrance.
Yeah.
I mean, we trust Nishane. Their stuff has always been top tier.
Yeah. I wonder, you actually may know the answer to this, but what does the X represent for this Hasavad X, Ani X, Wulong Cha X? Because we did an episode on Ani for the Patreons, if you want to check out that episode. But now I'm kind of thinking, because it did something too similar to this. I feel like it's Xing out something important. So I wonder if that's kind of what it was for.
Everything I've heard people say, I don't know the correlation of the X, what it represents, but everything that I've heard say about this line, the X series or whatever, it's a lighter, fresher version of its predecessor.
Gotcha.
And I got to smell Hasavad X, and I think
in Milan.
No, I got to smell it over at Carson's place.
Really?
Because he has a decant of it.
I mean, what did you think about it?
We have it, right?
Yeah, we do have it.
Let's save it for an episode. I'll tell you what, we'll do a Patreon episode on it.
Okay.
But I will hint that there's something to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you're cheeky with it right now. Like it's maybe so good.
Could be pretty good.
It's probably he's baiting me. He's wanting me to smell it shit.
I guess we'll find out.
And until next time, spray it up, y'all.